What is up, everybody? It's Kevin Vidini here for Superpower Review, and welcome to Superpower Review's live stream show, the Superpower Hour. Guys, we have a fantastic show today. We're going to be talking about DC and what is happening over at DC. There's a lot of drama going on over there. So we're going to wait a little bit to hopefully get some people to hop in, and then we can say hey to everybody up in the chat. Hold on, let me refresh this. Boom. Now we are refreshed. And so far, we have Magic Lasso in the house in the chat. Thank you so much. Hello, K-Dog. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. It is Monday. And Monday used to be the worst day of the week, but that all changed once the Superpower Hour happened, right? Am I right? Huh? I know I'm right. Ever since the Superpower Hour came on Mondays, everybody's Monday turned out to be a tad bit better, right? I know that for a fact. We got MG. What's up, dude? How's it going, man? And then we got Think Geek Theory, Jamie, all the way over in Australia. How ya doing? How's it going? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. But like I said, we're going to be talking about some DC drama. Hey, but if you are new here to the channel, make sure you smash that like button if you like today's content. Comment some feedback in the comment section down below. And lastly, subscribe to the channel if you're new here so you can see future weekly Superpower Hour shows. We go live every single Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and there's more. I am also going to be giving away 3, count it, 1, 2, 4, 3 slabs once the channel reaches 2,000 subscribers. And one of them happens to be a Spawn number 1, CGC graded at a 9.4. And yet again, also a huge shout out to my buddy Remy Q for donating 2 of the slabs. So a huge shout out to him. Please, Remy, if you're watching, man, be sure to drop a link into the chat so people can go subscribe to you. I'm super thankful to that man. That guy is a great guy in the community. He's been like Santa Claus, giving out slabs to every channel who are about to reach a milestone. So kudos to him. Make sure you go sub him up. Remy Q Studios, everybody. He is awesome. I watched one of his videos today. He unboxed a bunch of slabs with his wife today. And like I said, those are really good people. So who else we got in the chat? I see a couple more people coming in. We got Mark Spector Comics, my buddy David Ribeiro. Mark, we got to do something else again in the studio sometime. That would be awesome. We got Perry Comics. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? And hey, there he is, Remy Q, the man himself. Speak of the devil, he's here. So also to the people who are watching, if you're watching this on the rewind, again, don't forget to smash that like button. But if you don't want to watch the whole show to its entirety, there are timestamps in this video's description down below, and they will also be pinned in the my God, I can't speak anymore. They will also be pinned in the comment section down below as well. Okay. Mark Spector Comics, Great Portugal Zip Up. Thank you so much, man. Gotta represent. You know what I mean? We got Burke Family. Burke Family, what's up, man? It's morphin time with a question mark. It's morphin time? No, it's definitely morphin time, man. It definitely is. So guys, let's get into today's show. Let's get into today's main subject. I spent most of my day coming up with this one script right here. No, it actually took me about a half hour, not the whole day, okay? It doesn't take me that long. Magic Lasso, if you don't watch the whole show in its entirety, you will lose a grade on your next CGC submission. Oh my God, Magic Lasso, don't be spreading that black bad juju to the comic community, man. That's mean, that's awful. So, yeah, let's get into today's show. I know a lot of people don't want to be waiting, especially to the ones that are clicking on today's video. They don't want to be waiting too long either. Let's just jump right in to the beef, to the meat of the burger, all right? So here we go. You ready for this news? According to CosmicBook.News, in a recent interview with 27-year DC comic veteran Ethan Von Sciver, DC will be closing down most of its production and publication. Ethan Van Sciver thinks that DC Comics is going to cancel a handful of comic books and keep the titles that are their best sellers, such as Justice League, Batman, and Superman. There could be possibly maybe 12 comics coming from DC once a month. Plus, only the very best creative teams will be working on these titles. I can only imagine that's going to be like Jeff Johns, people like Jason Fabok, all those good people. Maybe Jim Lee, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that also. Ethan Von Sciver also mentioned the DC Comics Bloodbath. 5 days ago, more employees lost their jobs after working for the company for over 20 plus years. Early this year, DC Comics let go of DC Comics publisher Dan Didio. Ever since then, Jim Lee has taken on full responsibilities. Quote by Ethan Van Sciver, Jim Lee was uncomfortable in his position when Dan Didio was fired. A lot of people were thinking that this meant he was going to be performing the role that Dan Didio has performed all these years. Jim Lee doesn't want to do that. He's not capable of doing that. That's not what he wants to do. That's not his role, end quote. Ethan Van Sciver believes that Jim Lee will leave the company to start his own publishing company or retire. And we go back to a quote by Ethan Van Sciver. Jim Lee is going to be out there. He's going to have an enormous golden parachute. I mean, millions and millions of dollars in cash will be dumped on Jim Lee as he leaves comics. Maybe he leaves comics for good. I don't really know. Will he retire at this point, or will he move or creatively to create his own company? It might be the time for Jim Lee to retire and enjoy his life. Now, according to Bleeding Cool Comics, they're kind of saying, they've said something similar to what CosmicBook.news said. And again, this is Ethan Von Sciver saying the same thing, but according to Bleeding Cool Comics, DC Comics will write stories that have big multimedia bases, such as Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Harley Quinn, and Suicide Squad. It is also said that DC Comics will be focusing on digital comic books. This is big. This is really, really big. And much later, DC will collect the digital stories and make trades and sell them to the direct market. So there's a lot to talk about here. And let me go into the comments, see what you guys are saying in here. Maybe there's anything important to kind of go on with the story. Wow, sorry, lost connection for a second there. Nope. Couple more people. What's going on? Dude's been saying that exact crap for so long. He's doing it for clout. Okay, but hold on here. This is pretty big here. So previously in a live show, okay, we were talking about Jerry Conway, who is the co-creator of The Punisher. And he said if he was in charge of the comic book marketing, he almost said that he would do the same exact thing, right? So he would say that he was going to cancel most titles, which is what DC is planning on doing, going completely to digital and selling those copies later to the aftermarket. Now, it seems like DC is more like, hey, we're only going to print out trade paperbacks if the stories do really well. So, you know, if this is a whole thing with comic books, where we're completely eliminating floppies. We're getting a certain amount of titles, 12 issues in a month. That is nothing. That's not as many as we would normally get on New Comic Book Day. And then it's like an afterthought. Maybe they'll get printed into trade paperbacks. They will go into Amazon, or maybe possibly into the comic book stores. And again, it's almost identical to what Jerry Conway said about taking over the comic book market. Now with Jim Lee retiring, I really don't see that at all. I don't see the man actually even taking a new publication company, because he's done that already. He was one of the co-founders of Image Comics. I don't really see that. I think he could do comic book art to other, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think he would maybe be a little more on his own doing commissions, more or less, I think. And, I think he would still making appearances at Comic Cons as well, if we ever get Comic Cons after this year, right? Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Teacher in Perry Comics, dude has been saying that exact crap for long. Blah blah blah. Notice he's the only one saying it. He's wrong. Perry Comics and Marvel, he hates the big corp. Mark Spector Comics, DC really hurting because ATT financially in trouble. This is facts. This is the main reason why this whole subject is coming up. He's dumb. I'm sorry. It isn't worth anything. Mark Spector Comics, but year over year, comic publishing makes revenue. Magic Lasso, I won't buy digital, not even for Wonder Woman. I don't think any comic book collector will ever go strictly into digital, but it almost seems like with the financial troubles that DC has right now, that DC is kind of pushing the next comic book era. Like, hey, listen, we need to go digital because if we don't go digital, excuse me, we could be even more trouble than what we are right now. We got Kevin Rosario. I think they are depending on movie hits, only not books. Yeah, and I think the movies are pretty important to them as well. But I mean, those aren't doing too hot either. I mean, we're waiting so long for this Snyder cut that doesn't really seem like it's taking a really long time for it to happen. Thinking theory, publishers need to understand the printed and their digital markets are different. And cannibalists, their existing customers, they are going to lose market. And that's, again, so like, it's a double-edged sword, right? So it's going to affect the customers and how they collect. I think only the die-hard people are still going to be buying these monthly subscriptions for digital comics, right? And but a lot of people are going to be like, I ain't buying digital comics. And that kind of goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? We got Remy Q Studios donating $4 for a super chat. Thank you so much, man. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, I mean, like I've been saying, and with all of the, I think I feel bad for Jim Lee because whatever Ethan Von Sciver has been saying, I feel bad for Jim Lee because he's doing a lot of things that he personally doesn't want to do. He's a little bit way over his head, maybe, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? This is clearly not what the man wants to do. The man is an artist. The man wants to be drawing comic books. He wants to be drawing characters. And maybe he's not old. He's getting older, but maybe he just wants to kind of chill out. Will he retire? I think he will semi-retire. How's that? Does that make a little more sense? I think Jim Lee will semi-retire. Like I said, he's gonna continue to do comic book commissions, and I think he'll still make appearances to Comic Cons. Let's see, what do we got? It's there. Thank you. The first super chat on a Superpower review. Remy Q, you're not the first one, unfortunately. Who was it? It was Discovery Bay to send the first ever super chat. So thank you yet again to Discovery Bay. Perry Comics, how do we know what Jim Lee wants to do? I mean, I think the guy wants to do art. That's his ultimate goal. Splash Page Comics, I saw this coming 5 years ago. Tech now overtaking books. Sad days ahead. It is true. Everything is going digital. Everything is downloadable. I mean, eventually, I think, maybe even 10 years, I think floppies have like a shelf life of 10 years, possibly. 10 years. That's what I'm saying. Because these comic book companies are spending so much time printing, getting the paper for these books, where they could be, making so much money if it just goes to digital. They don't have to worry about buying paper, from Dunder Mifflin. and they can just go digital. How am I going to CGC digital comics? Kevin Rosario, you're jumping the gun, and I love you for it. So this was going to be my next point of the subject. What other companies could digital comics, hurt? What are some of the other things that can happen with comics going digital? It can definitely hurt companies like CGC, CBCS, PGX if they still even exist, and maybe Halo over in Australia. So that's another thing. So this could potentially really hurt, CGC, third-party grading companies. And maybe, just maybe with that happening too, maybe this could potentially make graded DC comic books just a little more valuable. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you guys can tell me what you think about that. But yeah, again, companies like CGC will definitely hurt if comic book companies go fully digital. I mean, I think CGC will hurt a lot, but I think they can still get by with, their trading cards, and, people are still going to submit comic books for signature series and whatnot. So it's going to hurt them, but I don't think it's going to put them out of business. But for DC Comics right now, for what they're going through, it just does not look good for them at all. I mean, with them pulling back everything, we no longer have the Batman black and white statues coming out from DC because they got rid of that. They got rid of the whole DC Direct statues and whatnot. You know what I mean? So we're going to be seeing a whole lot less from DC. And if you're a diehard DC fan, now's the time to really be showing. It's not now is the time to really show your support and help them out greatly. I mean, I think Batman the Killing Joke helped them a lot because they came out with 5 different covers for the story. A lot of people seemed like they liked it. I, on the other hand, did not like that story whatsoever. But I heard about somebody who bought 25 copies of each cover. Somebody told me that. I don't know if it's true, but it can. Let's see. What do we got going on here? The ink is a big cost. That's true, splash page. So that's the other thing. That's factoring. Paper, inks. Let's see. Thinking theory. You kind of look like Jim for The Office in the right light. See? Well, Let me do one of those off camera. Splash Page Comics, they will sell the books on a small thumb drive, and that's how you're going to collect them. That's sad. Kevin Rosario, I wonder if this is a wake-up call for all the other comic book companies and the new generation. And that's what it is. This is going to be the new generation. Like I said, comic books, floppy comics have a shelf life of maybe 10 years, and they're going to slowly dwindle from that 10-year time period. DJ Links is in the building. DJ Links, I'm going to give you a shout out when we're done talking about this whole DC business. Remy Q Studios, CGC will grade the size and date of your downloaded comic book file. That was a good one. That was a really good one. So, how much more is this whole DC Bloodbath going to go for? How much longer? I mean, it's sad to see what DC Comics is going through right now. To see it get any worse than this will be it'll be heart-wrenching in my opinion. You know what I mean? So it looks like they're keeping everything small with the minor comic book titles. They're going to keep the creative teams really small, like I mentioned earlier. And what's going on with Ethan Van Sciver? Like, is he going to jump boat? Is DC going to get rid of him? I don't know. I mean, it seems like DC is becoming ruthless and just getting rid of everybody. Scraping against my zipper? Well, I don't know what to do with that. There you go. Is that better? Or maybe I should just take my jacket off. Let's see, what do we got going on? Let's see, Flicks and Comics seems very sad about it. MG, are their sales down because people don't want to read floppy comics anymore, or are their sales down because their content is bad? I think it's a little bit both, to be honest, MG. I think it's sales have been down, and it's trying times right now. It's hard times. not everybody has money for comic books right now. I mean, I don't think Marvel is hurting as much as DC, but it's all got to do with AT&T going down in sales. Let's see. I already fixed that. That's not the mic. Hiyo. Splash Page Comics. Marvel will buy DC, then call the DC books Marvel B Team. Can you imagine? Like, there's got to be some sort of like legal terms that Marvel can't even ever touch DC Comics, right? Do you know how like pissed people would get if that were like to ever be a thing? Maybe I should do a video on that. What if Marvel bought out DC? I don't know. So with all that being said, I really, like I said, I really hope that DC doesn't go down even more down in the tubes like they're saying right now. And I don't think Jim Lee will retire. I think he will semi-retire. Let's see, Kevin Rosario. I was thinking Marvel might buy DC because of the Thor #5 Dark Winter hints and because of the crossover teasers. I didn't read that book, so I don't know what that means. But maybe you can fill me in on the chat. I didn't read that. I don't read Thor. Even though I hear great things about Thor and how Thor will potentially tie into the new King in Black that Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman are working out on. Let's see, Bat Beast. I hope DC can make it out of this okay. I really hope so too, Bat Beast. I mean, I don't want to see any of these comic book companies go down the drains. I mean, like, can you imagine if DC ever got to a point where they have to shut its doors and say no more? I mean, I don't think that would ever happen, to be honest, because I think another company would buy them out. But DJ Links, that would be a dope video. See, somebody already likes it. I'm glad somebody else does like it. So like how? So I wonder too if like DC will start letting go of artists too. Is there an artist that somebody really likes as a DC artist that would hate to see go? Would you be sad if they would go? I know there would be a couple of artists and writers that I would be sad if they let go, but who knows? Tapia's Comics. What does DC have going for them right now? Right now, what do they have going on right now? Well, they just ended the Three Jokers, which I thought was absolute crap. But they have this like I mean, I always think detective is always good. Detective Comics always gets me going. I think the detective title is much better than Batman. But aren't they rebooting DC Comics again? I feel like that's another thing. Like it's wasn't it like what 3-4 years ago we had DC Rebirth, and now like we're having a whole new reboot on DC. I don't know. Tapia's Family Unlimited. Never say never. I don't. Licensing rights. They have characters that are beloved regardless of the quality of their books. Bat Beast. I would be devastated if they let Greg Capullo and Jason Fabok go. That would be huge. If they let go of those two guys, I mean, I think those are my two favorite DC artists at the moment, and I would be extremely sad. I think I would be a little more sad about Jason Fabok because I really feel like that Jason Fabok is one of the best comic book artists out there right now, and I really feel like he is the best Batman artist right now too. So I would really feel sad about that. Greg Capullo is just an awesome dude. His artwork is good. I would be sad to see Jacques go. You know what I mean? I would be sad to see Scott Snyder go with his writing because, he's classic. And having Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo together are the best. Remy Q Studio. Oh, hold on. I'm jumping the gun here. In Thor series, he hints something from another universe is coming and had green, red, black, blue lines shooting out into the atmosphere, hinting Batman, Superman, Green Lantern. Wow. We can't lose DC until Doomsday Clock. Marvel crossover is complete. Think Geek Theory. Detective Comics is the better issues of Batman, in my opinion, too. Yep. Tapia's Family Unlimited Comics. I think Batman is what keeps the lights on over at DC. And I might be biased, but I agree with that, too. I really feel like that Batman is the key component of keeping DC Comics going on. We got, oh no, we got 16 people watching. We got 11 likes. And we do have, unfortunately, a dislike. Nobody's liking what I'm saying. Oh, well. They're so sad by DC going down the tubes that they hit the thumbs down. So if we have 16 people watching, can we please have the amount of likes match? That would be absolutely awesome. Again, if you guys are new here to the channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button for future live stream shows. So it's because you took off the jacket. Why would they dislike it for me taking my jacket off? I don't understand that. I feel like that would definitely get the thumbs up. I don't know. So yeah, let's hope that DC Comics keeps on keeps on trucking, improves over time, and I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have to say that SJWs are also killing DC Comics and just comic publishing, period. I don't know. I think that's a touchy subject, but I won't really get too much into that. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't know. So with that being said, that's going to be the news for today. And I also read on Facebook the other day that there was a person who got this. I feel like this article was floating down everywhere, and maybe you saw it. I don't know, but I saw this article about this man who has this Batman collection, and somebody broke into his storage unit, and this is pretty much a short story. Somebody broke in his storage unit, stole some of his comics, and after all this time, after spending 50 years collecting all of these Batman comics, detective comics, and a really, really high CGC grade, he has decided to sell all of his comic books, and Heritage Auctions has estimated that his collection is going to sell for $2 million. Man, holy cow. Now, can you imagine if, somebody broke into your house, knew what you had, and stole all of your comic books? I would be extremely, extremely sad and pissed off at the same time, and I would be devastated. So for this man, because he talks about it in the article about him going in his storage unit and not realizing that somebody stole his comic books, and he was looking around and started seeing empty boxes. That's a sad thing, man. I can't imagine that feeling about somebody stealing your comic books. And unfortunately, it does happen. I mean, there was somebody in the comic community said that his comic collection got stolen, and fortunately, the comic shop found his comics. Like, the person brought in the comic books to try to sell them, and I guess they got the cops involved. I don't know the full story, but I just can't imagine that feeling. I would feel like there would be a huge hole punched in me if somebody stole my comic books. Just even sometimes the thought of selling my comic books, or selling some of my not even maybe a minor key. I mean, I have hardly sold any big keys, and if I did, it was only to upgrade. But I just can't imagine that feeling. But just after that one thing happening, that's making this guy sell his entire comic book collection. And if you guys haven't seen or read the article, you guys should definitely check it out, because you should see some of the comic books this guy has. I think he also has his own pedigree where it's called the Pennyworth Collection or something like that. So on the label, it has a Pennyworth logo on it. But this guy has the first appearance of Riddler in an 8.0. This guy has Golden Age comic books, Batman comics from 1940s in a 9.6 grade. That is absolutely mind-blowing, and I can't believe it. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Let me catch up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm babbling and babbling and babbling. Hold on, I gotta go up here. Let's see. Where am I here? Thinking Theory. It's the boob Amor social justice workers again. It must be day ending in the Y for SAW finding something to complain about. Why is it every time this updates, it just goes back and it messes me all up again? Let me read from the bottom here. DJ Links, no one is that dumb. They're They know who's the real deal. If someone stole my stuff, I would be devastated. Absolutely. Still pissed someone stole my Casey Jones figure in third grade. Let's go beat him up. Why would you put them in a storage unit? That's crazy. Splash Page Comics, I thought exactly the same thing. I would never, ever put my comic books in a storage unit. I just don't trust, people, and I just don't trust them at all. I mean, there's that whole there's that huge risk in my opinion, and I don't have a huge collection, but I definitely feel a lot safer having my comic book collection here next to me, close by me. I mean, I have my did you guys see my CGC slab video? I have my slabs underneath my bed, so if someone comes in underneath my bed, they're gonna get it. Why would you? I read that already, and I think I am all caught up. I would be mad, devastated, DJ. Magic Lasso. The only thing allowed to be stolen from me is my heart. Magic Lasso. Couldn't say it any better, man. Couldn't say it any better. So, yeah, check out that article. That was a pretty good read. My mom actually shared it to me, so I thought that was kind of cute. That was funny. She's like, "Hey, saw this article. Thought of you. Should read it. Love you. Bye." Thanks, Ma. So, yeah, definitely give that a check. And man, just $2 million. I mean, I feel like that. I know it's $2 million, but I would still feel heartbroken selling this huge collection that you've been collecting over time for 50 years. He said he got his first comic books when he was, I think, 5 years old for Christmas. I don't know. Magic Lasso, I love your mom. Sometimes she puts on her bra and comes on your channel. Maybe she's gonna have to come back. I was thinking, okay, listen to this. I got a funny video idea, okay? I was thinking, and I don't know why I'm whispering. I was thinking about buying mom, okay, a Christmas gift, okay, and recording mom opening up her Christmas gift, and the Christmas gift happens to be a graded comic, and I want to get her reaction, and then when when clearly she's gonna have the reaction that I want, like, what is this? I'm gonna be like, Mom, that's a comic book. What, you don't like that comic book? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you don't like it, I'll just take her for me. I was thinking about doing something like that. Or maybe I should just do like the whole family like that. I don't know. That could be pricey a little bit. And I know my wife will definitely not go on camera. If I put my wife on YouTube, I would like get a black eye. Let's see. Top of your family, dude. Every time I leave the house, I fear someone is going to break in and come up on my comics. Yeah, that is not a healthy conscience to have. Alex, you got to stop that, man. Or just like put them in a really safe place where nobody can find them. Splash Page Comics, I can understand why he sold it off. It broke his heart and it was too old to start back. Wasn't enough time in life, just better to get rid of them all. And I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. But I mean, at least you can enjoy some. I mean, I hope he kind of like keeps some of his comic books, right? Like, you're not going to sell every single one of them, but maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things like you're going to be one extreme or the other extreme. Like, I'm rather going to, have some stolen and not have my full entire collection and just get rid of the whole damn thing. So I don't know. We got 11 people watching right now. We just missed out a like. I think it was 18 and it just dropped to 17. I don't know how that happened. We still have that dislike. Boo that man. And and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe for future live streams and to potentially win a free slab. How you like that, huh? So, what did everybody do over the weekend? Did everybody have a good weekend? I know I did. I had a very busy weekend. I was kind of, if you watched last week's live stream, and if you follow me closely on Instagram, I was doing some drawing again. I took a bit like I don't know, like maybe 2 weeks from drawing, and I said that whole story already. But I was drawing again, and I ended up drawing this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I posted that on Instagram. Everybody loved it. Okay. DJ Links, I understand why he sold it too. If someone stole half my collection, I would probably do the same. Yeah, I can understand that. Think Geek Theory, drink, barbecue, and read comics this weekend. That sounds like a good weekend. So, like I was saying, I was drawing last week, and so I had this black and white inked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and I wanted to take a week off. I had time to work on it, but I really wanted to think about things. I wanted to think about like my next plan on what to do. So I ended up finishing this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle over the weekend, and I gotta say, I think it came out absolutely fantastic. I am super, super proud of this piece. Look at it, huh? Look at it! Look at it! To the people who said, hey, leave the bandana white or just color in the bandana, I totally didn't listen because I just thought this had so much potential and I just wanted to get it done. So I know so many people were like, leave it blank so you can do a purple, blue, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like this turtle could be any other turtle but Raphael. It just screams Raphael to me. So I ended up going to the local art supply store, and I was literally in there for 20 minutes looking at all sorts of different greens, green markers that I could use. Found the right 3 shades, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be my turtle. And I'm so happy I waited that week because, like I said, I really needed that time to think about of a plan and how I was going to do it. So, you know, what the funny thing is, and I'm going to give my shout out to finally to DJ Links, because DJ Links, man, I love people who keep their word, okay? And I'm not saying anybody, I'm not saying anything against to anybody here, and I'm not going to say any names, but DJ Links, man, I really appreciate when people say they're going to do things and they actually go through it and do it. So when I was doing the inks on this and I posted on Instagram, so many people flooded my comments, flooded me in messages saying, hey, I want prints, I want prints, I want a print. Can I buy the actual original artwork? And, you know, obviously I said, yeah. Now, the other thing that happened was when I made my original Venom piece, the same thing happened. And so I made a bunch of prints and nobody bought them. Well, some people did buy them. And to the people who did buy them, I appreciate you and I thank you yet again. So I put these up on, when I was done with this turtle, I put it up and I said, hey, there's a pre-order. If you want one, let me know so I don't go into the same mistake that I had with my Venom print. And so DJ Links is the only person to actually pre-order one and pay for it. And I thank you, man. You have no idea how much that means to me. So thank you so much for actually, you know, doing what you said you were going to do. So I appreciate it. So thank you for the support. What do we got here? It was sick, Kevin. Thanks, man. Tapia's Family Unlimited. Bust out with a spawn. Think Geek Theory. Great work. Thank you. Maybe I will do a big size spawn, actually. I think that would look pretty cool. So if you're interested in a turtle print, let me know on Instagram. I have it posted. You can message me, KarateKevin67. That's my Instagram. And you can let me know in the comment section that you want one. You can message me. I'm going to be making prints this weekend, and they'll be shipping out the week after. Well, that following weekday. So they should be shipped by Monday, Tuesday the latest. Let's see. Of course, man, the support works both ways. Yes, thank you. Splash Page Comics. Money tight right now. Don't want next year. Don't know what next year brings. Yep, that's fine, man. I mean, you weren't one of the people. You weren't one of the people like, hey, I want to print. That drives me absolutely crazy. Hold on, let me take a drink here. Gosh, I'm parched from all this talking. No, seriously, that's one of the things about being an artist that drives me absolutely crazy. Well, artist, I don't know. Is like when you post artwork and people, no, Splash Page, you were not. You were not, buddy. I said you weren't. That's one of the things that drives me crazy, right? When I'm doing artwork and you know, I post it and they say, hey, I'm gonna buy that. I would love to have that, and that makes me happy. You know what I mean? It's like it's a huge excitement that like when people say they're gonna buy your artwork, because that obviously means they love it so much where they're willing to pay money for it, and that just makes you feel good. And then when you go, waiting for these people, or you actually have to like go to these people like, hey, are you still interested? It really sucks. It's like what the hell? Like, you said you were gonna buy it. Are you gonna buy it or not? And there was a time. There's been so many times where people were like, how much you want for it, and I'm giving them the absolute low price. Okay, like the lowest price, because I just want it gone, and I'm appreciative that you just want to buy it anyways. And then they'll haggle and be like, can you do it for this price? And it's just like, dude, like, do you not know how this whole thing works? Like, this takes time, you know what I mean? Like, so that drives me a little bit crazy. And I don't know, I guess it's just how it is, you know what I mean? Or people commission you, and I won't do this ever again. I was kind of like young and naive with this whole drawing thing, where people are like, I'll commission you to do this. And you go, okay, great. Yeah, I'll do that for you. And then you do it for them. And they say, hey, I really love it. Thank you so much for doing that. And then you're like, okay, so this is how much we agreed on. And they're like, you know what? I can't do it right now. It's like, what? Like, I just wasted my time. So now when people commission me, I ask for a down deposit, a non-refundable down deposit. So you kind of learn with the game, you know what I mean? And then when people say, hey, I'm going to buy that, you kind of like, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't get as excited anymore because, other people have kind of ruined and killed that excitement. Let's see, what am I missing out here? Oh, okay, I'm old sometimes, I forget. Splash page. Hey, let me remind you guys that if you guys have not seen certain people in the chat, be sure to subscribe to them. My buddy Splash Page Comics, he posts stuff once in a while, but he has this great video on his YouTube channel where he shows how he kind of preserves his comic books. So he puts his long boxes in short boxes and a vacuum seal, and he shows you how to do that, and it's absolutely amazing. And I highly recommend you watch it, especially if you're the person who stores comic books in a basement, in an attic, which you shouldn't be doing. But if you have no other choice, you should watch this video. It's really cool because it's going to help those comic books stay fresh, those pages stay minty white, and it also helps from dirt, debris, and bugs getting into your comic books. So guys, check out Splash Page Comics, and like I said, if there's other people in the chat that you've never seen before, make sure you go check them out. All right, you gotta spread that community love. You know what I mean? So let's see. It grinds your gears, Kevin. Yes, it absolutely grinds my gears. It's just, if it's just like one of those things, because I teach karate, and well, I haven't been teaching since the pandemic because there's no students. But it's like one of those people when they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna take one of your karate classes," and you're just like, "Yep, okay," and they just never show up. Let's see. DJ Links, no tap, you're awesome. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. DJ Links, who does stuff like that? A good majority of everybody. Really, I'm serious. A good majority of people do that. They're like, oh, I want to buy that. I want to buy that. And they don't pull through. So DJ, you should probably be getting your giveaway prints, your grand prize by this week, I believe. If not, you should probably have gotten it today, maybe. I don't know. But kudos to you, man, for winning. And I really hope you enjoy those prints. And again, I appreciate you supporting me through, this whole artistic journey that I'm going through right now. DJ Links got it today. Boom! I love it. Let's see, what else we got? No, Kevin is awesome. Kiana Keys. I love that name. Thank you for the shout out, Splash Page. Anytime, brother. If you want Splash Page, hold on. Let me make you a moderator. If you want, you can post a link in the chat so people can watch it later. I don't know. You do whatever you want. You just became a moderator. You think anyone wants to get a roundhouse kick from a guy wearing pants like this? That was good. Thank you for that laugh. Remy Q, I love you too, brother. You guys are all awesome. I love you guys. Oh man, that's so much fun. Remy Q. Actually, hold on. Let me take a sip of water first. I was thinking about you and Angel the other day because you guys were so gracious to send me some slabs. That I was on eBay the other day and I was looking at some stuff to maybe send you guys sometime soon. Not like in the next week or two, but maybe soon. So I'll message you, buddy. I'll keep you in the know. So maybe you can message me like you and Angel's like top five like favorite titles. I mean, necessarily you don't have to keep them if you don't want. You can like kind of do like a giveaway thing. You gotta pay it forward. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. Um, let's see what we got. If you haven't seen my AOK from Remy Q vid, check it. DJ, put a link in the chat, man. Do it up. I don't care. Shameless plugging. You shameless plugger, you get out of here, man. We don't want you shameless pluggers in here. So the other thing too, and I forgot to mention this, but when I was doing this whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle project, a lot of me wanted to actually do another live. Excuse me, sorry. I wanted to do another live drawing, but I'm actually glad that I didn't because I feel like that if I did go live, that would make me a little bit nervous, and I would not be so much on my A game. I'm not there yet. Like when I was doing that little card, I'm good enough for that. But when it comes to like big pieces, especially the ones that I care about, I don't think I was ready for it. But maybe, just maybe, I will come back soon to do a live drawing video on the channel. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know. So. We got 12 people watching right now. We still have 18 likes. That's awesome. And we still have that boo, one dislike. And I appreciate everybody joining in today and watching today's video. If you guys have any show suggestions, please let me know in the chat. That would be awesome. Let me know some things that you would like to see, some things that you would like to see less of. That would be also helpful to the channel. Any feedback you want to give, let me know. And if you would like to be a potential guest on the channel, let me know by emailing the show at superpowerreview9@gmail.com. I did message a artist over the weekend. Haven't heard back from him, so that probably kind of means that maybe it's not going to happen. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes when you message these artists. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's mostly a miss. Most of the time, they don't always agree, but it happens to be a very big artist. His name is Bill Sienkiewicz. Not to get too excited, but I mean, hopefully he does reach out to me and agrees to do the show. I don't know, but that's pretty much the whole goal of the channel lately, is to get more comic creators to come on the show and do a really quick interview. So we're 48 minutes in. And that's pretty much all I have to say for today on today's show. I know it's the Superpower Hour, but it looks like we're not going to make it the hour. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video, supporting the channel, showing your love, pressing that like button. And thank you, a special thank you to Remy Q Studios for the first Superpower Super Chat. Thank you so much. Sadly, I have to say, this is some bad news. Sadly, I have to say this is probably, it's a good 85% chance that this could be the only video that happens on the channel this week, because it's getting really busy at work. I have a couple of things I have to edit on the show, but yeah. So maybe, I don't know, maybe if I work on my things faster, maybe I can provide you guys yet another video for the week, because the channel has been posting about 4 to 3 videos a week, so it's been tough. But so it's the wells. I kind of strike when it's high. When there's not so much stuff going on in the channel or at work. I'll post as many videos as I can, but it is picking up at work, and there might be less videos out this week. That doesn't mean we're gonna have more videos next week. But again, if you guys want to make an appearance on the channel, let me know, because I would love to have you on. I always love to have guests on the show so we can, just nerd out together. It's about having fun. And then, you can make an appearance on the show and maybe some other people in the community get to see you, get to know who you are. And, they, sub you up and, they show that love too. Let's see. Kenneth Bird, I hope everyone have a wonderful night with all of your family members and friends, and the best luck with all of your family members and friends too. Kenneth Bird, what a great comment. And, Think Geek Theory, love your content and show, mate. Thank you. It really means a lot. I've been putting a lot of work into the channel. This is probably, man, this whole year, I feel like this is the most work I've ever put on the channel, and to be honest, because I just kind of want to go a little more into it. You know what I mean? See what happens with the channel. We're about to reach 1,700 subscribers, which means we would be only 300 subscribers away from the big giveaway. So, to be honest, I never really thought the channel would make it this far, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to be in this for this long either, but I'm having fun and I'm making new friends. So, Bat Beast, random, but you said you love Jason Fabok. Have you seen the Prime One Studios Batman statue by Jason Fabok? No, I have not. I don't think I have. I'm not sure. Maybe, Bat Beast, you can message me on Instagram a picture of it and I'll get to see it. I don't know. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next week for the Superpower Hour live on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night, everybody.